welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be doing my current foundation routine. And yeah, so let's just jump right in. First, I am going to be taking, this is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer. This is the one I've been using as of recently. It's not necessarily my favorite, but it's been working, so. And I focus it more in the middle of my face just because I tend to get dry around my nose and mouth the most. So I like to focus there more, but I also bring it down my neck. Just put a nice thin layer of moisturizer. And then I will let this sit or soak in, and while I do that, I'm gonna quickly do my eyes. All right, so now the eyes are pretty much done. Once I've done my eyes, I typically will just take a makeup wipe and then just make sure that there's no fallout underneath. Just super quickly, like that. You can see that there's a bit. I'll typically do my eyes first, like 90 to 95% of the time, depending on what kind of look I'm doing that day. But since I decided to do kind of really anything dark, I will do this first. And so yeah, so now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and prime the rest of my face. And this is just the Smashbox Photo Finish primer. I got this in an Ipsy bag, that's why it's teeny tiny. But you don't need very much of this at all. Just put it all over. Also, depending on what's going on that day, if I'm going for super light like coverage, I'll even skip the primer and just do my moisturizer. But moisturizer I do not skip, ever. Never, ever, ever, ever. You want to keep your skin moisturized. So next, I'm just gonna go in and cover any kind of redness I have. I've got like a little zit there, and I've got some redness there, a little bit on my chin. So I'm just taking, this is just a little bit of the green NYX Color Correcting Concealer. And I'm just going in with a little concealer brush and just kind of dabbing it over any redness. And then I'm gonna take, this is a dirty, and actually like this is probably the last use I'm gonna get out of this guy because it's pretty old. Real Techniques Beauty Blender dupe, and I'm just patting over the green concealer. You don't want to swipe it because you don't want to move the product around. You just want to press it into your skin. And this is damp, I don't remember if I said that. So next, I'm going to just take, this is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Treatment Concealer. It's the eraser for dark circles, although I just use it as regular concealer. And with this, I'm gonna go and do kind of deep V's right underneath my eyes. And as you can see, I bring it down fairly far. I also just put that right on the tip of my nose and in between my brows and on my chin here. Just like that, kind of on the highlighted points of the face. And then I'm going to be taking the Morphe M439 brush. It's just this, it's got a dirty handle. It's a huge, like, dense buffer brush. And again, just patting it into the skin, not rubbing it around. Okay. And then it's kind of tricky to use this one under the eyes, but I just kind of take it on an angle. I don't know if you can even really tell. And then for my foundation, I've been using recently the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte foundation. It is a demi-matte finish and it is oil-free. So I'm just taking that, putting it again just on my little palette here, just a bit. And then I'm going to just use my finger and kind of dab it on my face. Oh, and I'll tell you what shade I'm in. This is 102 Shell Beige. So I just kind of dab it along my skin, and then again with the M439, I'm just taking that, and this I buff into the skin. Make sure to get on your ears, just in case the color is a little bit off. It'll make it look more flawless. And I'm not taking this right up to my eyes, but I do bring it across where that concealer was, just again to blend it all together. And be careful when you're going over any of the green areas, just kind of pat it again. And make sure you are buffing all the way into the hairline. And then with whatever color is left, I'll just swipe that up onto my brush and bring it down my neck. Next, I just want to set my under eyes. I'm going to be using Lyric from the Kat Von D Shade Light Eye Palette, or not Shade Light Eye Palette, Shade Light Face Palette. I'm just using this brush here. It's from BH Cosmetics. So just taking that one. And this I just pat right underneath my eyes. Just like that. So then I'm gonna take the lightest color here, it's Levitation. And what you wanna do with that is just, I place it pretty much wherever I'm gonna be putting contour. So from basically your tragus, or like where your sideburn stops, to the corner of your mouth, I will put powder right there. And this just kind of makes a barrier so that it's easier to blend out your contour. And just starting at that sideburn, going about halfway. There. And then blending it out. And I'll even go ahead and buff it even more if I need with that M439 brush. And I'll take the same color right onto my, or like kind of the temple area, right in the hairline. You do not want that demarcation there because that will make it look like you're wearing a mask. So don't be afraid to get makeup in your hair, it's not a big deal. And yeah, and then I'll just take it a little bit on the jawline. I don't know if you can hear the clicking of this brush, but it's technically broken. And then make sure you blend that down your neck, because that's another place you don't want a demarcation line. Sometimes if I'm feeling like it, I will contour my nose a little bit. I'm just gonna use the Dome Shadow Brush from Real Techniques with that same super light contour color. And just starting at the tip of your nose, kind of pull it upwards. You want to go from the tip of your nose upwards, because if you end up going from the top of your nose down, you're gonna get the most pigment near your eyes, and that'll make dark eyes. It just is not a flattering shadow. And then again, you can take, I'll just take any kind of blending brush. I'm gonna use this guy again and just blend it out away from the nose. You want to avoid getting any contour in the center of your nose. Also with this, it's important to try to keep your lines as straight as possible because if they are crooked, your nose will look crooked. It's a true fact. Before going on to blush, I'll do my highlight first, just because I feel like it makes it look more natural. And for highlight, I'm just using Champagne Pop today because I'm addicted to it. And it looks like that. Everybody knows what it looks like. And I'm using the Morphe M509 brush. Mine got very misshapen when I washed it the other day. And I'm just gonna dip in that and then hit the very tops of my cheekbones with it. And even bring it up a little bit onto the temple. And really, you just want to hit the high points of your face. So there, even a little bit on your forehead, as long as you don't get oily. My forehead doesn't really get very oily. And then just down the center of your nose. And Cupid's bow. Oh, another place you can put a little bit of contour is just right under your bottom lip. Kind of that little divot that's right there. And that'll make your lips look fuller. Yes. And then for blush, today I'm going to be using Sincere from MAC. This is my all-time favorite blush. Looks like this. I've had this forever. I don't actually know if they even make this anymore. And I'm just taking that. This is a Luxe 504 large angled brush. It's again from an Ipsy bag. And I'm just gonna dab my brush in that. And then again, starting kind of the same area. It's kind of like in the middle of where your highlight and contour went. I'm gonna put it right down here. And I don't put blush on the apples of my cheeks. I just kind of put it up at the top here. And I find that that looks like a more natural flush than like right on the apples of your cheeks. Then next, I'm just gonna quickly fill in my brows and I will be right back. On my lips right now, I have a combination of the MAC Candy Yum Yum liner and the Viva Glam Miley Cyrus, I think this is the original one, lipstick. So yeah, and I just kind of sheared them both out. Ooh, phone. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my foundation routine. Leave a comment down below as to what you would like to see next, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!